Hi, welcome back to Soda Reed Blooms. Today we'll be taking you on the journey of my husband and I building this Yardistry Greenhouse. I hope you enjoy. After months of dreaming and planning, my husband and I decided to finally get the Yardistry 8x7 greenhouse. Before we put it together, we decided to get a foundation built. We decided to go with 10 by 10 feet because the greenhouse is 8 by 7 feet, just to have some extra room to walk around and put more plants. First things first, unboxing is everything. So Yardistry really packed this greenhouse really well. It came with clear instructions, although a lot, and it came with pre-drilled cedar wood pieces. There was a lot to keep track of, so we decided to take all the pieces out the box, label them, and then organize them according to their labels and when they would be used to build. We started by building the base frame, so the front frame and the back frame, and then we worked our way around. This is where pre-sorting your parts and labeling them is really going to come in handy, because it can be frustrating to try to figure out what pieces you need on each step, because each step is going to take you 15 to 30 minutes depending on the capabilities of you and your partner. Me and my husband worked really well together, so we were able to get through these steps easily because they were sorted. This is us finishing the back panel. As you can see, we built our panels inside of our garage on the flat surface, the ground. I've seen some people build their Yardistry greenhouses outside, and if you are going to build outside, just check your weather and make sure you have 2 days to a week or however long you think you're going to take to build this of clear weather, because you don't want it to be a lot of wind and a lot of rain. If I'm remembering correctly, it took us maybe 3 to 4 days over a course of a week to build these panels in our garage, and we spent maybe 3 hours a night on it. After building your panels, you're going to want to carefully take them outside to whatever base or foundation you're going to put your greenhouse on. The instructions recommended 2 to 4 people for this part, but since I was pregnant, my husband had to do a solo dolo, and he did it great. This is actually an integral part where you have to slide the base panels into one another while making sure everything is level and flush. Next, we decided to secure our greenhouse down with lag screws, bolts, and washers. We used heavy duty ones because we were not letting this greenhouse go anywhere after we just spent all that time building it. Now it's time for the part I was both excited and nervous about, the roof. My husband took over for here since, like I said, I was pregnant. These cedar roof beams were very sturdy, but definitely a 2-person job. He completed it all on his own. I do recommend having an extra set of hands, but you can do it by yourself if you need to. Alignment was everything here. If one side's off, then the rest of the roof will fight you. So take your time, double check your spacing, and don't skip pre-drilling if the wood feels tight. Here I am caulking up all the open areas between the polycarbonate window panels and the actual beams. Caulking seals up all those tiny gaps where air, water, or bugs can sneak in. I use a clear outdoor rated silicone caulk. It stays flexible, holds up in the heat, and it does not block the light, so it's perfect for using it in the greenhouse. I focus on the roof seams, corners, and especially where the panels meet the frame. Anywhere the light shines through, that's where air can get in or heat can escape. It's a little tedious, but I have fun doing it, and trust me, this step will pay off when it's 40 degrees outside. Now it's time to stain. I started by giving the entire base and floor a good sweep so there was no dust and no debris. I chose a stain that brings out the natural warmth of the wood, something that feels organic but finished, and went with the color of my greenhouse. I worked in sections, brushing with the grain and wiping off excess as I went. I kind of rushed inside doing the floor of the greenhouse, but please don't rush. Just let the wood drink it in. Watching the color deepen as the stain soaks in was very satisfying. It's when I finally realized that the whole base was starting to feel like part of the greenhouse, not just its own platform. After one good coat and a few hours of drying time, the transformation was real. It was warm, rich, and sealed, and it was ready for some plants. But not yet. We still were not done with the inside of the greenhouse. We had to add our shelving. The Yardistry kit came with 2 small top shelves and 2 large bottom shelves. You could choose which side of the greenhouse you wanted to put your shelving on. After all those shelves were up, it was time to put up the ventilation netting for the automatic vent that pops open after a certain amount of degrees. We also put up these hooks for plants to hang if they need to be. This is the final product. Just as another note, going back to the importance of caulking, it rained, I think, the day after we finished, and I noticed that there were little spots and leaks where water was coming through, so I went back and recaulked those spots the next day. So caulking is to some might be a very minor thing, but it can have a big impact and lasting results. You don't want water leaking in your greenhouse through the night. Thank you for coming on this journey with us as we built our Yardistry Greenhouse. If you have any more questions or comments about, the process, just feel free to comment. All in all, this was a very fun and team building experience for me and my husband. We had never built a structure this big before, and neither of us are carpenters. So if you're thinking, I wonder if I can do this, or it seems like a daunting task, just know that you can do it and it can be done. Set out some time for yourself, be patient, and pay attention to those very small, meticulous details, because in the end, it matters. And when you're all done, you'll have something that is beautiful and that you can be proud of.
I hope you enjoyed watching my husband and I build this greenhouse. If you have any questions or comments, just comment below and I'll try to get back to you as soon as possible. Thank you again for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.